Hi, my name's Miss Pat. I'm glad you're here for another pajama story time. Maybe you have your pajamas on, maybe not. I hope you have something comfortable and and are ready to hear some stories. Now, most of you know by now, before we have our stories, we light this, which is our story candle. We know it's not a real candle. But when we light the candle, we know it's time to listen with our ears, look with our eyes. And when we finish with our stories, we have a special way to blow the candle out. And most of you know about that too. Okay, let's get your fingers ready for story time. Wiggly fingers. All right, here we go. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap. Good. Open, shut them, put them in your lap. Now up your tummy. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them right up to your chin. Open up your mouth. Don't let your fingers in. Hide those fingers away. Good. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them right up to your cheeks. Open up your eyes so wide and through your fingers peek. I see ya out there. Okay, open, shut them again. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap. And we're all set. Well, we're going to have stories today about bears. This is a teddy bear. I bet some of you have teddy bears at your house. And if you don't have a teddy bear, maybe you have another animal that you like to sleep with, an elephant or something else, a monkey. But our stories today are going to be about bears, all right? The first book we're going to read is The Three Bears, and this is illustrated by Paul Galdone. It's one of my favorites. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived together in a little house deep in the woods. One was the baby bear, the little wee bear. One was the middle-sized bear, and one was the great big bear. They each had a bowl for their porridge. The little wee bear had a little wee bowl, the middle-sized bear had a middle-sized bowl, and the great big bear had a great big bowl. And they each had a chair to sit in. The little wee bear had a little wee chair, the middle-sized bear had a middle-sized chair, and the great big bear had a great big chair. And they each had a bed to sleep in. The little wee bear had a little wee bed, the middle-sized bear had a middle-sized bed, and the great big bear had a great big bed. Well, one morning the three bears made some porridge for breakfast and poured it into their bowls, but it was too hot to eat. So they decided to take a walk in the woods while it cooled. And while the three bears were out walking, a little girl named Goldilocks came to their house. She looked in the window and she peeked in through the keyhole. And of course, there was nobody inside. So Goldilocks turned the handle of the door. The door was not locked because the three bears were trusting bears. They didn't want to do anybody harm, and they never thought anybody would harm them. So Goldilocks opened the door and walked right in, and there was the porridge on the table. It smelled very, very good. Goldilocks didn't stop to think whose porridge it was. She went straight to it. First, she tasted the porridge of the great big bear. It was too hot. And then she tasted the porridge of the middle-sized bear. It was too cold. And then she tasted the porridge of the little wee bear. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. It was just right. And it tasted so good that Goldilocks ate it all up. Then Goldilocks went into the parlor to see what else she could find. And there were the three chairs. She sat down in the chair of the great big bear, but it was too hard. And she sat in the chair of the middle-sized bear. It was too soft. And then she sat in the chair of the little wee bear. It wasn't too hard, it wasn't too soft, it was just right. And she liked it so much that she rocked and she rocked and she rocked, and the bottom of the chair fell out, and down she went plump right on the floor. Then she went into the bedroom where the three bears slept. First, she lay down in the bed of the great big bear, but it was too high at the top for her. And then she lay down in the bed for the middle-sized bear, and it was too high at the foot for her. But then she lay down in the bed of the little wee bear. It wasn't too high, it wasn't too low, it was just right. And Goldilocks liked it so much that she covered herself up and fell fast asleep. Well, by this time, the three bears thought their porridge would be cool enough to eat, so they came home for breakfast. Goldilocks had left the spoon in the great big bear's bowl, and he noticed it first thing. "Somebody's been tasting my porridge," said the great big bear in a great big voice. And the middle-sized bear looked at her bowl, and the spoon was in that too. "Somebody's been tasting my porridge," she said in her middle-sized voice. And the little wee bear looked at his bowl. "Somebody's been tasting my porridge and they ate it all up," said the little wee bear. Well, then the three bears went into the parlor. Goldilocks had sat on the cushion and left it crooked on the chair of the great big bear. "Somebody's been sitting in my chair," said the great big bear in his great big voice. And Goldilocks had squashed down the cushion of the middle-sized bear. "And somebody's been sitting in my chair," said the middle-sized bear in her middle-sized voice. "And somebody's been sitting in my chair, and they sat right through it," said the little wee bear. And then the bears went into the bedroom. Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the great big bear's bed. It was out of place. And the great big bear looked at it and said, "Somebody's been sleeping in my bed," in his big voice. And Goldilocks had pulled the blanket off the bed of the middle-sized bear, and she said, "Somebody's been lying in my bed." And the baby bear looked at his bed and said, "Somebody's been lying in my bed, and here she is." And this woke Goldilocks up at once, and there were the three bears all looking at her. Goldilocks was so frightened that she tumbled out of bed, and she ran to the window, and out she jumped, and she ran away as fast as she could, and she ran, never looking behind her. No one knows what happened to Goldilocks after that, and the three bears, they never saw her again. Now, there are several different editions of that same story, several in our library, so I just wanted to show you one. This is a retelling by James Marshall, and his books are kind of funny, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And here's another edition. This is by James Aylesworth, and this has different different pictures in it. And on the back, there's even a recipe. Baby Bear loves to help Mama Bear bake cookies, and there's a recipe for cookies on the back. So that's another one. And then here is one with Spanish, Rubia and the Three Bears, or it would be Ruby and the Tres Osos. Oso is bear in Spanish. And I love these bear books, and we've used some of these in story times. This is The Bear Wants More, and this is The Bear Snores On. There are several books about this bear by Karma Wilson. So take a look for these in the library. They're wonderful. And there's lots of other bear books too. Bears are very popular. Okay, let's get up and sing a song about a teddy bear. Maybe some of you know this one. I hope grown-ups will do this too. Are you ready? Teddy bear, turn around. Teddy bear, touch the ground. Teddy bear, show your shoe. Teddy bear, I love you. Teddy bear, climb the stairs. Teddy bear, say your prayers. Teddy bear, turn out the light. Teddy bear, say good night. Good night. We're going to sing another bear song. Maybe some of you know it. Hopefully, some of the grown-ups know it too. And I hope the grown-ups are singing along with us too. Okay, it's called The Bear Went Over the Mountain. We sure have mountains around here, don't we? All right, so are you ready? Get ready to do some walking and hiking. Okay, here we go. The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see, to see what he could see, to see what he could see. The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. And what did he see? The other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see. Now the bear went over the river, the bear went over the river, the bear went over the river to see what he could see, to see what he could see, to see what he could see. The other side of the river, the other side of the river, the other side of the river was all that he could see, was all that he could see, was all that he could see. The other side of the river, the other side of the river, the other side of the river was all that he could see. Okay, good singing, good marching. So our last bear story is Maybe a Bear Ate It. What do you think that's about? So here's a little critter getting ready to go to bed. He climbs into bed and he's got a book. And he's reading and he's reading and he's getting sleepy. And he looks for his book. It's gone. It's nowhere. I can't find it anywhere. Where is my book? I need my book. Maybe a bear ate it. Maybe a stegosaurus stomped on it. Maybe a rhino ran away with it. Maybe a bat flew high up in the sky with it. Maybe a shark swallowed it. Maybe an elephant fell asleep on it. Well, I can't go to sleep without it, so I better go look for it. Looking, looking in the sink, he's looking in the washing machine. I'm looking, I'm looking. I'm still looking. I'm looking. Hey, look, I found my book. You know what? I love my book. Here he's reading again, and he falls fast asleep. And that's a wonderful bear book called Maybe a Bear Ate It. And you know where that book was the whole time. I love that book. So those are our bear stories. And I'm going to put this teddy bear back in my lap. Um, those are our bear stories. And remember, there's lots of bear stories in the library. So I hope you'll come along and get some of them out and take them home to enjoy at your house. Well, it's time to blow out our story candle. And as you know, we pretend to blow it out. But I'm going to give you a minute if you'd like to make a wish. Grown-ups, you're able to make a wish too. I'm going to make a wish. And when I let you know, we'll all blow together. Okay? I'm going to make a wish. Okay. And if you make a wish, just keep it in your head. Don't tell your wish. All right. Story candle, bright and gay, grant the wish I make today. Now let's blow. Grown-ups, blow with us. Are you blowing real hard? Okay, very good. Whoops, am I turning the wrong way? Very good. Good blowing. Thanks for being good listeners and good singers. And we'll hope to get you to the library real soon to get some books to take home and enjoy at your house. Bye-bye.